What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 14 of my career mode here on R Mobile. And this is the penultimate race of this first season. And as you can see, we're here in Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. And I'm already on the flying lap here in Q1, in the end of the lap. And then coming out of the chicane and onto the start-finish line, we will set a time good enough for P1. So here are the results, and then we'll go straight into Q2. Here we are for the Q2 lap through 130R, and then down to the chicane. And hopping the curb a little bit, and then we will go to start finish line, and this will be enough once again for P1. Here are the results for Q2, and then we will go into Q3. And now on the end of the Q3 lap, in front of us is a Ferrari. Maybe he can give us a bit of slipstream. If not, then isn't that important. Cutting the chicane a bit, but not invalidating our time. And in the end, we will stand on pole position for, I don't know how often we already got pole. So here are the results, and then we will start the race. 5 red lights are off, and off we go for the race, and the Red Bull directly gets a better start than us, and we will drop down to P2. But into the first 2 turns we try to re-overtake him, and into the S's we are again in front of him. So in the end of lap 1, the Red Bull caught up to us again, and now is trying to overtake us on the outside, but we use very much ERS to defend, and on the outside he has no chance, so we'll stay ahead. Now into the second lap we go, and cutting to the end of lap 2, he's again directly behind us, and now overtaking us before 130R. We try to overtake him somewhere. Down the chicane we go, we brake very late, we cut the chicane, but we overtake him. Can we now also stay ahead of him? Now if DRS and overtake, we should stay ahead, because he hasn't got anything of that. So into lap 3 we go now, and in the end of lap 3 he caught up to us again, and now tries to overtake us on the outside. That's a brave move from him, but we will stick with him with ERS and try to do the same move as last lap. Dive bomb on the inside, but we crash. We both ran off the track a bit, but nothing big. So, but now he created a small gap to me. So for this lap I probably can't make a move. But trying to make up some time in the first sector, because somehow I'm very fast through the first sector, but then on the straights I'm very slow. So maybe bottled the setup a bit, but not that big the problem, I hope. In the middle sector I overtook him again, but now he tries to re-overtake me on the outside, and I brake much later, and he braked too late. I come onto the gravel, and I lose one more position to a Ferrari. And now I'm down to P3. Into the spoon corners. I nearly got attacked by the Mercedes too. And the McLaren. Hopefully I don't lose too many positions, because our top speed is really bad. And I cut it the chicane a bit, and I'm now in P1 again. But the Red Bull overtakes me, and the Ferrari spun away before. And we run wide through turn 1, but then get a better exit through turn 2. Can we overtake the Red Bull on the outside of this turn through the S's? And we are now in front of him again in P1 now. In the meanwhile, we're in lap 5 of 26. So let's see what the race brings. For now we are in P1. And a huge dive bomb off by the Red Bull. We try to switch back the up and under, but it didn't work. So we are down to P2. Can we make any move on him to re-overtake him? Now we're deploying ERS down to E130R and to the chicane, then onto the start finish line. Can we make any move? Safety car! There's a safety car! Safety car deployed, and the Red Bull spins out and taps our rear, and we get a drive-through penalty. For what? He spun out and tapped our rear, and we get a drive-through penalty? That's crazy. Never mind. In the end we are in P12, and now the safety car ended already. On to lap 8. So we are now fighting against 2 Haas for the points. Can we still get some points? Because our top speed is very bad. But in the corners we are very fast. He's blocking me. He doesn't want to let me by. The AI in the Suzuka Assist is very is slow and blocking you, I noticed. 1 lap later we caught up to his teammate, the other Haas, and he tries to defend the inside of turn 1, but we stay in the inside. We try to stay in the inside, and now switching to the other side to be on the inside of the next turn, and we got through. So we are up to P10 now. In front of us a huge gaggle of cars. Can we overtake them? We're side by side with an Alpha Tauri, and now we're up to P9. A Mercedes in front of us. Where did he come from? I don't know. George Russell. Maybe he got spun out somewhere. And the Alpha Tauri with a dive bomb on the inside and overtakes us. So we are down to P10 again. Trying to make a move through the spoon corners with a tighter line, but he gets a better exit, and now he's side by side with George. Can we improve our position because of that? Not still. But into the chicane. Braking very late, spinning the Alpha Tauri out, and the Mercedes also is spun out somewhere. So we make up one position because the Haas overtook those both and me too. So he made up 3 positions and I made up 1 position. So the Haas is again in front of us. And nearly losing the control of the car on the entry into the S's. but now we are up to P8. And into the middle sector we go. We caught up to, what car is this? An Aston Martin, and the Red Bull in front of him, I think. And you brake too late again, nearly overshooting it again. And a lap later, a lap later, we're still in P8. We are trying to overtake the Aston, but on the straights we are very slow, so we have to try it in the first sector. That's where we are very fast compared to the AI. And after the first sector, we are directly behind Lance and now making the move and into the first Digna turn, and out of the second Digna turn we lost the position again because we ran wide. So we are still in P8 now, and a huge spin of by a Ferrari out of the final chicane, and two drivers in the pit, so we are up to P8, P6. But now the Haas caught up to us, and I have to defend the inside of turn 1. Tries it on the outside, but we are now directly behind the Ferrari and the Mercedes. We are up to P5 now while overtaking the Ferrari, and now up to P4 because we overtook the Mercedes. So we are up to P4 now. And into the middle sector we go, and now into the final chicane. We got spun nearly, and a McLaren also spun out. So in the end we made up one position while we got spun out. That's crazy. So onto lap 14 we are up to P3. In front there's a Red Bull which is pitting now, and a McLaren is still in front of us. So we are up to P2 now. And a lap later we're going to the pits with 11 laps to go. With 11 laps we go, we're going to change to soft tires, and we'll come out in P12. The Red Bull very close overtaking us. We nearly made contact. And directly overtaking the Red Bull and the Sauber, so we're up to P10. And now in front of us is Alpha Tauri. Can we overtake him? Still before the end of this lap. We're trying to stick with him, but it didn't work. So one lap later, we're trying to overtake him, but he spins. He tries to spin us out. He doesn't want us to make points, but in the end we overtook him. So we are up to P9, and now the chicane sent us flying. So we are down to P12 again, because the chicane sent us into the gravel. What was that just? Now we have to make all moves all over again. Man, this chicane is also very tricky to manage. So, but we are up to P10 now again because two drivers pitted and now overtaking our teammates, so we are up to P9 again. And Tsunoda retired. Interesting. So out of the chicane we caught up to a Ferrari, and now completely cutting the chicane and overtaking several cars. So we are up to P5. Because why don't cut the chicane? Sometimes the game is rude to me, so I'm rude to the game. Like this now. The AI is always blocking you through this assist and doing very slow. Driving slow and blocking that you can't overtake. But in the end we overtook the Red Bull, and so we're up to P4 again. And in the end of lap 19, our Alpine spun away, so we are up to P3, and we caught up to a McLaren. Ricciardo pits, but he was behind us anyways, so it doesn't affect on our position. And now we caught up to the McLaren of Lando Norris. Can we overtake him? For now we are at least in front of him, and directly Antonelli is also in front of us. We still have the chance to win this race. We come very close to him, but not close enough. Can we make a move down the inside? No, we are too far away. But can we stick? No, we run wide through the second spoon turn and lose some ground to him, and instead Lando overtakes us. So we are down to P3 again. But now he runs a bit slow through the chicane, so we can really overtake him. But now Antonelli got away from us. Can we still win the race, or will it be? And he spins me out, Norris. Lando spins me out. I just speculated if we can win the race still, but with this context we won't win the race. It's safe to say that we can't win this race anymore. And Verstappen retired. Verstappen retired from the race too. Before Yuki retired, and now Verstappen retires too. 2 retirements in this race, while we are in P2 again. But can we stay in P2 now also? I'm not sure, but hopefully. Through the 2 spoon corners we go. Now we created a small gap, but not a really big gap, and Tree overtakes us directly. So we are down to P3 again. But can we now overtake him and then stay in front of him, hopefully. And he runs wide again and directly rejoins onto the racing line. So he joined unsafely, like an unsafe release. But we can overtake him nevertheless into the first turn, and we nearly spin away. The track in this section is really bumpy. We nearly spun away, but we could save it. So now hopefully I will stay in P2. After Norris is rejoining unsafely and me nearly spinning away, I hope we can now stay in P2. And now we're cutting to the final lap. As you can see, we stayed in P2 and also created a small gap to the cars behind me. And Antonelli was much faster than me, and he created a gap to me also. For the final time, we run through 130R and through the chicane. And this will be it for today's race. Checo is catching up to us rapidly in the end, but he's too far away to make a move, and our tires are really dead in the end. That's it, P2 for the Japanese Grand Prix. And for this time, the results will look a bit different, as you can see here, because there was more bug with the results. So I had to make the results in my own way. So here you can see it. Sonoda didn't DNF in this result list. I still have to change it. And here are the Drivers' Championship standings and then the Constructors' Championship standings. Thanks for watching and goodbye.